Good morning, Mr. Shefferly.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Crystal Meadows is here. Miss Meadows, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
This is entitled Fifth Third Bank versus Crystal Meadows. This is a foreclosure action. The mortgage foreclosure sheriff sale was last July. According to the service, Kevin Yost. Is that you, Mr. Yost?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
The law requires that I advise you of your rights as a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding. This is a mortgage foreclosure action. And as such, you have the following legal rights. That's where I use my radio announcer voice. As a defendant in a termination of tenancy case for mortgage foreclosure, you have the following legal rights. You have the right to obtain counsel for representation in this matter. If you cannot afford an attorney, a legal aid attorney may be available to help you. In fact, Meg Bauer from Legal Aid is on the feed here watching this transaction, available for consultation if needed. You have a right to a trial by a jury or by the court. If the plaintiff is agreeable, the Citizens Mediation Services, Inc. may be available as a possible source of case resolution. If the parties are interested, the court can help set that up. If you do reach an agreement with the plaintiff and a consent judgment is entered by the court, you would waive the rights listed above, but have the following additional rights. The judgment could not be enforced until 3 business days had passed. You could move to set aside the judgment within those 3 days if you misunderstood what you consented to or what you were waiving. Your motion to set aside the judgment would be set for a landlord-tenant hearing. However, if the judge does not find in your favor, the original judgment would stand. Mr. Robert Shefferly is here on behalf of the Trott & Trott Law Firm. Mr. Shefferly, good morning. What are the premises here?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, I believe this is a property in Three Rivers. That you're right, Your Honor. The redemption period did expire in January. We brought this action to recover possession of the property. We're not asking for any fees or costs. If the defendants need more time to move, I can offer them 30 days.
I'm good with that.
All right, so Ms. Meadows, you would agree to move within 30 days?
Yes.
All right.
You can stay longer if you want me.
Well, Kevin has to go too.
Well, I'm sorry. I need to speak for him. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, he's also there. Mr. Yost, can you be out of there within 30 days?
Well, I mean, I did make a payment in December. I tried making payments to these people. I had an agreement with them on the phone for $2,600, and I was supposed to pay that. So I go up to the bank up here because they kept hanging up on me on the phone. And, you know, I was going to pay. I had $2,600, and they said they can't talk to me about it.
Well,
So,
you're not even on the mortgage, I don't think.
I've been paying it for 2.5 years. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you've been making the payments, but your name isn't on the mortgage.
I know.
All right, well, here's the deal. The law requires that I adjourn this matter for 7 days, which would be June 30th. Then if the bank got what they asked for, you would have until June 10th to move out or be evicted. Mr. Shefferly is offering 30 days, which would take us to July 24th. So it's 2 additional weeks. So Mr. Yost, A, you're not on the mortgage. B, the sheriff's sale was some months ago, last July. So in fact, no payment has been made on this property for several years. So the clock's been ticking toward midnight and it's about 11:59. So we can reset this for a hearing for next week in the morning, or you can agree to move within 30 days and get until the 24th of July to move. Ms. Meadows is in agreement. What's your position?
I mean, I have a receipt right here that I made a payment in December of this year.
Well, I don't get it. You had to pay, you had to redeem the whole thing. And B, you're not on the mortgage. You're a tenant at sufferance. So I guess we can agree to a consent judgment as to her and set further hearing as to you, the tenant, but the mortgage is in her name. The bank foreclosed on her mortgage. The mortgage has not been redeemed, meaning paid in full. And the bank wants this house back to package it for sale.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Not on the mortgage. I was just leasing a room here. Because they, when they sent, the lawyer's office sent the thing saying that I had to send them something showing I was a bona fide resident or.
Oh, wait a minute. So this was Marjorie Yost. Kevin, this was your mother's property?
Yes, I've lived here since 1972. I hate to
Okay,
say-
so yeah, this is your mother's. Did she pass away?
Yeah, they didn't even know this, you know, and I paid the payment for 2 years. My sister's getting the mail. She switched the mail as soon as my mom died. So I didn't get none of the bill, you know, but she'd bring them over to me a little bit late, and the water bill, all the bills she'd bring over. I got them all switched out of my name, her name, paid her bill, clear, free and clear. I got my deposits done, paid my old bill.
Well, you could use some legal advice.
Yeah.
These don't happen just all at once. It takes months and months and months for this to happen. There's months and months and months where no payment is made. Then they give you notice of a sheriff's sale. And then there's a sheriff's sale, which was held last July 22nd. Then you have 180 days from that day to redeem the mortgage. That was in January. Then they waited another 6 months until June. And so I'm not going to go with a consent, Mr. Shefferly. He's not prepared to consent. He could use some legal advice.
Really good
But you're more than a tenant. I'm not sure exactly what you are, but you've lived there since I was in high school.
Yeah.
100 years ago. And you're about to lose it. You're about to have to move out unless you can work something out. But this didn't happen all at once. This is probably 3 years in the making. But I will continue the matter to Friday, June 30th by Zoom at 10:45.
Will it be the same ID or will it be a different ID?
Yes, it will. You'll get a new notice. It'll be the same ID number.
Okay.
I offered him $30,000 cash on the phone, and I had.
Well, you could discuss that with them. Mr. Shefferly's number and Ms. Albu's number there is on the pleadings at Trot and Trot.
Okay.
If something can be worked out, I'm certainly not in objection to that. But the arrearage is probably, says here at the time of the mortgage sale was $32,000. That was last July. I'm sure it's worse than that now. Anyway, stranger things have happened. Things have been worked out at the last minute. So I would contact the Trot and Trot office or try to get some legal help. Ms. Bauer, you don't do foreclosures, do you?
Actually, we do. I was about to say, if he's interested in speaking with legal aid, I'm happy to speak with him.
All right. All right, Mr. Yost, we're going to continue this matter until next Friday at 10:45. You're welcome to come here live and in person. You can also Zoom in. I'm going to put you in what's called a breakout room so you can speak with Attorney Meg Bauer from Legal Aid. So let me set this up. Mr. Shefferly, do you have another case?
I think that's it this morning, Your Honor. Thank you so
All
much.
right. I'll see you or somebody next Friday.
Have a nice weekend. Thank you.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Judge, do you want me to have them come back in the courtroom or just them?
No, they can go when you're done with them.
Okay.
So just click join.
Oh,
Laura, would you bring me the Mike Blasius file? We're going to try to fit that in the middle of all this.
thank you.
Thank you.
Stick it in? Yep.
Good morning, Mr. Blasius.
Morning, Your Honor.
Last two cases. The next matter is set for 10:30. It is 10:30.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Judge, that 10:45 probably gonna get messy.
Meadows.
Yost, yeah,
Okay,
just
well,
the turnaround time for, he did an intake with us, but that's it. I don't have an appearance in that case. I haven't even spoken with him since he did an intake with us.
all right,
So he might bring that up, that's all.
all right.
My classmate,
He was your classmate? Oh,
Attorney
Danielle.
Polly, actually. And I went to school together.
Hi, Meg.
Hi, Danielle.
We got Paligas from Colon. Miss Meadows, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Is Mr. Yost with you?
Yeah, he's Kevin. He's yes, he's here. Kevin.
Oh,
No.
you're fine.
Sorry.
Well,
Kevin.
Trot, yeah.
Oh,
I'll put you in the waiting room while you yell at Kevin. Kalabat.
here now. Fine. You do whatever you want. I'm oh. Oh.
Morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Let me call this case. We're right on the tick, maybe a minute late. Fifth Third Bank versus Crystal Meadows and other occupants, including Kevin Yost. Crystal Meadows is here in the yard yelling at Kevin, who's
I'm
around there.
sorry, I apologize. He's coming right now.
All right, but this is a termination of tenancy case. It's a mortgage foreclosure action. And the sheriff's sale was a year ago, July 22nd of 2022. We were here last time. Mr. Shefferly was here. He said it was so much fun. He was going to send Jessamine Calabat here this morning for Trot and Trot. And this is a sheriff's sale. We had our first hearing and the plaintiff is asking for possession of the property back. The defendants indicated they were going to attempt to move. Miss Meadows, what's the current status?
Well, I have a place to go. I would have been already out of here, but my friend's house caught on fire that I was moving to. So now it's like I'm in a little bit of limbo. I have a place set up to take my things and because I'll be all right for a little while. I can couch surf at my friend's houses until the place.
What's Kevin's position?
Babe.
I talked to my legal aid and faxed her some papers. I don't know, there's like Fifth Third Bank has a relocation program fund.
Oh, like a cash for keys?
It's I didn't get to the lawyer didn't really get back with me, but I wanted to see it. It said to refer to publication 580. I got the paper right here. It's the paper they sent me from Trot and Trot. But I talked to that lady and she said she can't talk to me because you know, if I'm represented by a lawyer, then she can't discuss
Well,
it.
you're not represented. Legal aid gave you a consultation, but they didn't actually file an appearance on your behalf.
Yeah,
And the
that's what I
problem
thought.
is, this property has been probably unpaid for 2 or 3 years and the bank wants it back. Ms. Calabat, do you have any discretion as to the move out date?
I can give them 30 days.
Mr. Yost, can you be out by August 1st?
Is there some funding available to help me
I
to,
don't know the answer to that. They don't have to give you any money. They could ask to have you put out in 10 days
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have the sheriff come evict you. No payment has been made on this house probably in 3 years. She's willing to give 30 days.
Yeah.
And if they have a relocation cash for keys, perhaps you can discuss that. But are you willing to move within 30 days?
I do have, I mean, it doesn't matter if I show receipts that where I
let's-
did pay a
oh my
payment.
gosh.
Here's a receipt.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't, can we get the 30 days, please?
You're
Sorry.
talking to me, Annie.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
yep,
I
I
mean, I
apologize.
have a receipt here and a check that I have not got to get my money back. That, you know, I made a payment on the date of the check they returned was 1/26/23. And I made a payment on 12/30/22. And then I have a receipt for a payment that I made in June, the June payment in 22. And then,
Yeah, the sheriff's sale was in July of 2022. You had 180 days to redeem it. No payment has been made since that time. The bank has actually, the house has actually been sold at a sheriff's sale. And so, all right, I'll give you 10 days. If you don't want to take the 30 days, you move out by July 10th.
Why can't we just say, I wanted to take the 30 days last time.
All right, Mr. Yost, what's your position?
You can be out by the 10th, or we can be out by August 1st. What do you want to do?
I'll take the 30 days and I give up my right, as the,
No, well, you can appeal this or ask to set it aside, but you don't have much in the way of rights. The property has been sold at a sheriff's sale. The fact that you made a couple of random payments in 2022 don't save your tenancy. No payment has been made in more than a year. There was a sheriff's sale last July, and you've been on notice since at least that time that they wanted you to move. So you haven't moved. They gave you 180 days. They in fact gave you almost a whole year. No one's making any payment on this house. You're probably paying the utilities. I'm not even sure about that. I'm also reasonably sure that no one's paying the taxes. But right now, somebody else owns the house and it isn't you. So they're willing to give you 30 days to move, which is probably as good as it's going to get.
yeah.
So are you
Well, I
willing to
appreciate it.
accept that?
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, Ms. Calabat, will you submit an order for
Yes, sir.
consent with a 30-day move out?
No problem. And then, just to be
And
clear,
the
they're not
appeal date
represented
is-
by counsel, correct?
Correct.
That's right. And in fact, I advised him to, or I told him to call the law firm that represented the other side. And it sounds like he did exactly what I told him to do.
Yeah.
And then he,
Now, let me tell you both something that I told you last time. I want to repeat it. You've just entered into a consent order. You agree to move by August 1st, and if you don't move, you can be evicted. They gave you an additional 20 days, which is better than a poke in the eye. So you agreed to a consent. This consent judgment may not be enforced until 3 business days have passed from today. I probably won't even get it within then, but you may move to set aside the judgment within those 3 days if you misunderstood what you consented to or what you were waiving. Your motion to set aside the judgment would be set for a landlord-tenant hearing. However, if the judge does not find in your favor, the original judgment would stand. So she's got to email me a judgment, and I'm going to put in here, you have to move by August 1st. And you have an appeal date of July 10th, which is 10 days from today. Ms. Calabat, do you have our email address?
Yes, I do.
3B Civil.
Yes.
All right, if you email me that, Miss Meadows, this gives you a little additional time. Where
Yes.
was your friend's house that burned?
It's on almost to the end of 7th Street in Three Rivers.
Well, that burned a long time ago. That burned like a year ago.
I mean, well, he just now got the insurance money and everything. It should have been done by now. He's having difficulties with contractors and the certifications and things like that.
Okay. All right, that house has kind of been a flop house. People have been hiding in there and staying in there without heat
Oh,
or
gosh.
electricity.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to hear that.
All right, she's gonna submit an order. I'll send it to you in the mail. You have until August 1st to move, or you're subject to being evicted. Do you have any instructions what they should do with the keys?
They can just leave it on the counter. We'll get a locksmith.
All right, just lock the keys on the counter and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, do you have any questions?
No.
Is there,
All right.
I just wanted to know, like, my brother Don, he's the oldest one, but we don't have no probate anymore, right? I mean, because he said.
I don't know the answer to that, I don't know the answer to that. So you might come over to the courthouse and look, but I don't have access to that here. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, they lost their mom's house, which is a shame, but sometimes life intervenes. All right, that finishes my day. I want you guys to both stay and work till 5:01 today, and that will make me feel better. All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Judge,
you.
can
Have
I-
a great holiday.